So Lenroy is my father's brother. Lenroy, you need to speak in the mic, loud and clear. You want to do that again?
Okay, I'll do it again.
Great.
Yes, I was saying my name is Lenroy John. I'm from Salisbury. And I'm here, happy to be here. Delighted to be here on this Wednesday Buzz, Wealthy Wednesday Buzz, to give my opinion or ideas, whatever Shema have to share with you tonight.
Okay, great. So we know Father's Day is approaching, so that is this coming Sunday. And so we are going to speak everything father related. Because we have short time, we're going to get straight into the point, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so Lenroy, you're going to tell us what your experience was like growing up with your father.
Yes, well, I grew up in Salisbury. I lost my mother when I was 4 years old, so my father really was the one who helped us, who raised us with the help of his mother, my grandmother, Marcia. She was a great lady. My father was the one who really provided everything we need. He was a strict disciplinarian, just stayed us in the right place, help us to focus on what's important in life to prepare us for the future, which is happened to be now and beyond.
Okay, so how many children did your father have?
My father had 11 children. One passed away. That was Dennis and John. The one was here as one of those political figure here with the Miss Charles administration. So now there are 10 of us now.
Okay, and I know we just had a sibling reunion.
I just tightening the pillar. One of the great pillar of the wealth.
Right, one of my 10 pillars called
relationship.
Right. So you had 10 of you all.
10 of us came down and we
Well, 9 of you all came down to meet my father, Glenn.
Exactly.
Right.
9 came down. Glenn is here, so he's mixed 10. We come from different places, parts of the states. But we have a reunion like every 5 years.
Okay.
So this one is just the siblings. We usually have one with all the
family
spouses members. And the nieces and nephews and so forth.
Okay, very good. So we're speaking fatherhood.
Yeah.
Right? Tell us some of the memories. Tell us about your father, and then if there are any influences from growing up with your father.
Yes, my father was I think he was someone who showed us how to take life seriously. He valued education. He always provided for us. We always had, food. We had what we needed to get by. He was very frugal, I should say. He didn't waste a dime.
And frugal, some people might say pish.
Yes.
Is it pish?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. So, but he was very serious about us going to school and learning. He never took us away from school like some parents did back then. Take the kids out of school to help in the banana plantation when there were banana reception, harvesting. We didn't do any of that. The only time that we went in the garden was during the summer. So we somewhat hated the summer for that.
So education was very important.
Very important to him. Very important.
He was very frugal in that he wasn't letting anything go to waste.
Yes.
And he wasn't spending a penny very easily.
Yes. And he was a strict disciplinarian. He didn't spare the rod.
Okay,
yes,
so he would discipline you all.
Yes.
But your situation or your family situation is very unique.
Yeah.
In that your mom and your dad, there were 11 of you all.
Yes.
But then, tell us what happened because your mom passed very
Yes,
early.
my mom passed when she was about like 40, 41 or so years old, when she was having the last boy.
Mm-hmm. That's our troublesome doggy.
That's a troublesome doggy. Yes, so that left us, without a mom, or with the three of us were less than 5 years old.
Right.
Yes.
So you're talking about 11 children.
11 children.
And the mother passed having the last child.
Exactly.
And so it was your father, but he must have had some help.
Yes, he got help from his mother.
Okay.
Yes, his mother.
That's Marcia.
Yes, his mother. She was a strong, determined lady that we could never forget. We could never leave out from our discussion whenever we talk. I know it's Father's Day presentation, but it's hard to talk about our life without saying what she's done for us, you know. I mean, I'm talking about my brother as a baby was taken by the church, right? They took, because he didn't have a mother, the church held him.
What church was that?
It was the Catholic Church,
Oh, nice.
right? So the nuns would have probably taken care of him. But my grandmother, she said, no, Moeleza for moi.
Right.
And she went there and she told them she came for her child.
Right.
And she took Douglas and allowed, with the help of some other ladies in the community, Douglas, they were able to help raise Douglas.
Okay, but then your father, that's Daddy Cecil,
Yeah.
he always provided.
Yes,
Okay.
he always provided for us. He was a hard worker. I mean, I couldn't say anything. I had good experiences. He spent time with us. When it was August Monday or some feast or whatever, you know, we went to the beach. He had one of those Bedford trucks. You know, I remember going to Roseau with him, and we always had look forward to the Mondesi sandwich that we had, because we live in the country, Salisbury, you call it country then and now. And we'd go to Roseau with him. I remember even staying in the truck when he did the servicing for the truck, where they lifted on the jacks, and we stayed there just to get the ride. But it was always a pleasure, you know, going with him whenever he took us places with him.
So your father always spent time with you all?
Yes, he did.
He provided for you
Provided,
all?
yep.
You have any old memories when it comes to your dad? Nothing?
As far as?
I don't know, he beat you? Did he beat any of you?
Well, yes, I there was once that we were in school, and we were talking. The teacher left, and that was primary school. Teacher went out to do something, and the class got into an uproar. And the principal came, and he just beat the class, the class and stuff like that. So we were upset, and so there was one of the students at the time. He told me, let's wait for the teacher, and when she just scare her, hide under the bushes and just throw stones in front of her, you know. Yeah. So that afternoon, when we went home, it was like the dry season, so she looked and she saw us through the bushes. So we were not hidden too. If you have trees without any leaves, dry leaves, it's not a good hiding spot. So anyway, so she saw us and she was very hurt, and she came home crying to my dad. And my dad went to get the belt when she told him what happened. And that day I begged for forgiveness.
So you did say.
And I did not get the belt that day.
Oh, he didn't beat you?
He didn't beat me. I cried, and before I even got beaten. So, yeah. So I escaped that one, and I don't think there was anything that I did late after that would deserve that kind of punishment.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So now, are you a father?
Yes, I am a father. I have one daughter. She's 31 years old, and she still lives with us.
At 31?
At 31, she still lives with us. We live in Illinois. And she still lives with us, yes.
Okay,
and
so
she's working.
I'm going to ask the question that most people ask. At 31, how do you still live with your parents? Do you have an issue with that?
I have no issue with that. She could live with us until if she lives till she get old. I'm not gonna. She's our only daughter, and if she gets engaged to someone and gets married, yes. But if she's single and she's with us, I have no problem with her staying with us. Okay,
so any experiences from your father that you took along with you parenting your daughter?
Well, yes, I took. My dad, he didn't say that he loved us verbally,
right?
But his actions demonstrated his love for us in various ways. So what I know now is that I could love my daughter right now, but I also tell her repeatedly that I love her. From since she was a little child up till this day. Right. We still tell each other that we love. She'll tell me she loves me, I tell her I love her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And do you all do the hugging thing as well?
We hug, yes. She's a big hugger. Yes.
Because that's what I realized. I realized in days gone by, we know our grandparents loved us because I was raised with my grandparents.
Yes.
But they would not say it. Yeah. I don't know what it is, and probably they didn't know better.
Right.
So they just know they provided you with food and clothing and shelter, and they would make sure you're secure, but they would not say the I love you. But I guess you know better, so you would do better.
Yes.
What about spirituality in terms of a father?
Well, I am a believer in Christ. because of that, my entire family is believes, are saved, and we know that this life is not all there is. So we have an eternal perspective on how we look at life. And my daughter was raised that way as well, and she believes in Christ just as we do, and right now, even she works from home sometimes, and she works in the office, and she told her boss one day that she's gonna stay over a little longer because when she was working the day before at home, she had an extended lunch. So they were so impressed. She's actually just saying, okay, because I had an extended lunch while I was working at home.
Right, she stayed in the office a little longer.
I'm going to make up for that time.
Oh, nice,
yes.
nice.
Yep.
Yeah, that's some honesty.
Yes.
But I guess she was raised that way.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Do you think that fathers should spend a lot of time? Is it just about providing food, clothing, shelter?
That's not all. A father supposed to encourage the children.
And as you say,
them.
father, let me
Yes.
just put a pin in there, because
Yes.
when I put out the Wealthy Wednesday buzz today, somebody WhatsApped me and they said, oh, well, your buzz is not for me today because I'm not a father. And I said, yes, it's for you. So I just want to get that in there. You may not be a biological father, but you might be a stepfather.
Yes.
You might be a grandfather is you biological in some way.
Yes.
But you might be a godfather. Yeah. You might be an uncle that playing the role of a father. You might be a pawe that is godfather. You can be a bope. So if you're with this particular lady and she has a child or children, you're bope, you have to play that role of a father. Exactly. So you're not out because you do not have any children of your own.
That's true.
So you can go ahead and tell us what you think the role of a father should be.
Yes, the role of father to be an example, to be an inspiration, to be an encourager, a defender, support your children. They're not perfect. No one is perfect. They're going to make mistakes. So when our children make mistakes, we need to rally around them, and help them, see what it is, and so that they could have some self-value, self-worth. Okay.
I know our viewers and listeners, they want to interact with us. Mm-hmm. So feel free to call us 1-800-327-1-800-327, or you can call 448-3284, 448-3284. WhatsApp numbers 616-1327, 616-1327. So these are the numbers you can call to participate. You can also go onto the Facebook page and participate also. We are going to take a break because we have sponsors. Oh, and I need to tell my fans that we have a new sponsor, Bethelme Carpets. So that is a new sponsor right there. We're also sponsored by Courtesy, and I see you're driving a Courtesy car rental.
Yes, Courtesy.
So you will tell us about your experience with Courtesy.
Yes.
We have Big Edge and End-to-End Shopee. Okay, so we are going to take the Big Edge adverts, and then you'll tell us about your experience with Courtesy.
Awesome.
We also have Bethelme and End-to-End. So we go with Big Edge.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face, at least when it comes to your waning finances. You've got the edge, help is coming your way. You've got Big Edge for those days when you're running low. Big Edge is the place to go. Big Edge, the cash can be in your hand with the easiest payment plan. Cash in a flash.
When you need a specific carpet shape or size, who do you turn to? Bethelme's Carpet Supply. We offer custom rugs that fit your spaces perfectly. With endless colors and design options, you get a special rug of your choice. Add charm to your room with one of our carpets. We have carpets for every space, from your bedroom to bathrooms, kitchens, offices, and even vehicles. Our products include Saxony plush carpet, multicolored cut loop carpet, level loop commercial carpet, carpet tiles, area rugs, oval and rectangle rugs, fringed and bound rugs, assorted room-size rugs, bath sets, bath rugs, gun-punched wool rugs, rubber carpet padding, carpet tape, metal and vinyl strips, carpet tools, kitchen vinyl, car carpets, and much more. Buy from us at affordable rates. Contact us at 767-440-4234 or visit our website at bethelmecarpetsupply.com.
Much. So another of our sponsor, Courtesy Car Rental. I see you have a Courtesy Car Rental.
Yes, I rent from Courtesy. I've been renting from Courtesy for the past 20 years, and they really give a professional service. I mean, I have no problem with them. Whenever I call, the car is already at the airport when I get there. Returning is a breeze. The vehicles, I never had a breakdown with the vehicles on the road. So all I have is good things to say about the service.
Great. So for over 15 years you're renting with Courtesy.
20 years.
Okay, yeah. So Courtesy Car Rental, that's one of our sponsors. Great service, reliable vehicles. Yeah. And so whenever you're visiting Dominica, you must rent with Courtesy Car Rental. And then we have Bethelme Carpet, we just did the ad. We have Big Edge, and we have End to End. We will do a program with Shopee and End to End later down during the Wealthy Wednesday Buzz. So we're moving on. If we have any callers, remember I say you can call 1-800-327. We still need to get our buzzer for this week. You can also call 448-3284. And then I would like to shout out some people on the Facebook Live. So we have Muriel and Peter, my doggy, is listening. Your last troublesome brother, Doggy.
All right.
So Dog is listening. Emmeline, Pepita, our Bernadette, Scotland. So we're happy that you could join us. We still have to get a buzzer for this week. So it's really, to get the buzzer, it's really a matter of you listen, you probably call or you participate, and then every week we select one person. After the 4 weeks or 5 weeks in some months, then we have one winner for the month and we give the person a prize. So our prize for June is sponsored by HHV Whitchurch. So they will get a gift voucher.
Awesome.
Right. Awesome. So it's just to get people to participate and to call in and to listen and so on. So we are speaking about fatherhood, a message to fathers, because it is Father's Day. I want you to talk to the fathers, Sammy.
All right. So
talk to them from your heart. The stepfathers, the beau pairs, the fathers that think when you make the child, it's going to take so long for that child to grow, and you don't have the ladder Y or the lalin to support that child and spend time with that child. You are missing out. I can tell you that, and I will give you my experience, my personal experience. Speak to them first.
Okay. So the father is the head of the house, the head of the home. The father is the one to take the lead, to do the encouraging. I know a lot of the discipline has been done by the father. Sometimes you have the mother doing it. But again, father needs to encourage the children, always to let them know that you're on their side. You know, sometimes you might have a child who might have a career, take a career that probably you didn't approve of. That's not what you wanted for them. We just have to realize that people are wired differently with various distinct talents, and they have to develop it the way that they're wired to do. As God has given them that gift or the ability. It might not be what you want, but it's what they're wired to do. And
people are actually asking, who is that man on the program? Because some people tune in late, right? So I want you to reintroduce yourself.
Okay.
Tell them who you are.
All right. Again, my name is Leroy John, and I'm from Salisbury. I'm Shema's uncle, and I'm here. I'm happy to be here to be able to participate.
Right. So Leroy is on vacation. He came for his siblings' reunion. They had a reunion with all 10 of them. Yeah. And I said, oh, but Leroy, you can come on my program. It's Father's Day, and my family always support me.
Yes.
And that's the reason Leroy is there.
Yes.
He's a father, so he's telling us his experience with his father. And then he was saying why fathers need to play a role in their children's life.
Yes, the influence, because children grow up pretty quickly. You might see one, a baby is born, and before you know it, they're grown to be a teenager and they're gone. So what we invest in our kids today could determine the relationship. Invest in the relationship. That's the important thing. Invest in relationship with your kids.
It's an investment.
Yes, tell them that you love them, and things should, whenever they're in trouble, you're right there for them. Yeah.
And I will give 2 experiences. Let me just big up my cousin Jacqueline in Martinique. I have Marie Therese in St. Thomas. So I'm very thankful for the support. Martha, Laura, you're always supporting me. I said I have to come and know who you are, so I'll be doing that. So thank you for the support. Peter Dover, that must be my daughter's family, Peter Dover, so thank you for that. I know Gary's listening, so I'm very grateful for that, and all our families all over in the US and Europe and so on. So I have 2 experiences I wanted to share. Like I said in a program I was featured in some time ago, I was not raised with my father. I didn't know my father until I was around 14. And you know the story.
I do.
Because that father is your brother.
Yes.
So I didn't know him until I was 14. And I was the one that went with my cousin Eileen to Salisbury to get an idea of how the man might be looking. So I did that. I have since gotten very close to him. I cannot tell a person that he has ever asked me for forgiveness for not being part of my life. But because of the same spirituality and Christianity, I have forgiven him and I have a very close relationship with him. I will not call Glenn for Glenn to say, Glenn will say, I love you. I say, yes, Glenn, I love you too. So we have that relationship. But not all fathers are going to be that lucky. If you do not take care of your children, if you do not support your children, you might not have a child like me that will forget everything and just come and embrace you. So that is why I'm there pushing and telling you it is important to spend time with your children. They grow up very fast. I have a second thing I will share. My great-grandfather, my step-great-grandfather, because he's really married to my great-granny. He's 99. His name is James Riley. He's known as Bobby. He lives at Canefield. He was the one who raised us, right? And up to a day like today, Dada, we call him Dada. He's 99. And remember, we're step. We are the ones making sure that he's okay. We are the ones taking care of him. And both he and Damian Dublin, Dr. Dublin, gave me a story that when he was living in Maho and Dr. Dublin was a little boy, he would always go to their house because their father was overseas, and he would always take Damian Dublin, Dr. Dublin, as a little boy and bring him on his truck and bring him and stroll and bring him all over. And up to a day like today, Dr. Dublin, every Christmas, his birthday, Father's Day, Dr. Dublin would come home at Canefield and always say, Bobby, how you doing, Mr. Bobby? And give him, if it's $100 or $200, whatever it is. I'm saying that to say that it takes a village. So even though you're not the child's biological parent,
exactly,
you can still play a role. You might be a neighbor and you see a child is in need, reach out. You might be an uncle and you can help a child, reach out. Because whatever you do to children, good or bad, they will remember it. And what fathers in particular have to bear in mind, children grow. According to my song, they are not stones. They will grow. And remember, when they're growing, you're growing too. So you're getting older while they're getting to be young men and women. And you're going to need their company. You're going to need their love. You're going to need them to take you to the hospital or to buy medication for you. So it's very important that you spend time with children. Forget the domino game a little bit. Or take your child. Or come play domino with your child. Play card game with your child. Spend time with your child. Find out how they did at school. Have a relationship. Have a conversation. Because you will regret it. I'm telling you all fathers, you will regret it if you let that time pass and you do not spend it with your child. We have a caller? Okay, so we do not have a caller. So I cannot stress more. Children grow up very quickly.
Yes.
I mean, 2 decades pass, and you feel like you're still, you told me you're retired.
Yes, I am.
Looking very young. But you do not see the time passing in your own self.
No.
But if you have a baby, and then you're hearing the child is in college right now, the child is around 20, but you say, but I'm feeling the same way I was feeling at 30 and at 40. But 20 years has passed on you, and now you're into retirement. But you might not feel so. So just imagine, and then you reach 70 and you reach 80, and that child is 20 and 30. And now you want that child to reach out to you. But if you do not spend the time, and if you do not create that relationship now, the child is not going to have a relationship with you. Fathers, I am begging you, I am telling you, Glenn John got away with it. You might not be that fortunate to get away with it. It's important that you spend time. And whatever happened before, it has happened already. I'm telling you, from henceforth, from tonight, from today, from Father's Day Sunday, make an effort. Bring all your children together and spend time with your children. I know we like money. Mothers like money because we spend a lot of money. But sometimes you may not have the money to give us. But we would appreciate it very much if you would come home, find out how the child is doing, take the child to the beach, take a little walk with the child. Just spend time with your children. That is very important. Don't say I don't want you. You hear why I warning them, Lenroy? Spend time with your children. We have a caller on the line. You might just happen to be our buzzer for today. Go ahead, caller.
But I want to warn them with you too. Good night.
That's Dr. Dublin?
So I have to respond accordingly.
Is that Dr. Dublin?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then tell them, Dr. Dublin, how you and Dada have a great relationship.
Yeah,
tell them.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey.
What's up?
What's up?
A small world.
Small world, yeah.
I was
We worked
informed
together years
around.
ago.
Oh, wow.
I got that from good sources, so you know for bread.
Tell them, Dr. Dublin.
Yeah, the point you make is instructive because, I mean, with the community, at that time when I grew up, it was the whole village was in the child. I mean, your mother would allow you to go with anybody and feel safe.
Ivona, can you put it a little louder? We are not hearing.
You know, hear me loud enough?
Speak a little louder, doctor.
Yeah. It's better now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, what I say is you're so right. It's a village that raises a child, and in my time growing up, I mean, my mother felt safe for me to go with Barbie, comedy truck, and I mean, it's anywhere. And she just knew that I'm in safe hands, and I kept that link. I respect them all through. I really hope he make the 100. He deserves it.
He's going to make that 100 in December. We claim it already.
He claim it. It's his name. But very good program. And I mean, help people to understand the finance and all that. But I just say, fathers have to play their role, and it's important to, as you say, keep in touch with the children, guide them, and just spend time. I tell people they always have 24 hours, so you just have to work within the 24 because as much as you wish you had more, but that's what you have. So you have to face reality. So
We thank you so much for that contribution, Dr. Dublin.
What you said, and yeah, just
so you were right there reinforcing my point. So thank you. We have to wrap up because we see our gospel man is in the house. So Lenroy, give us your parting words. Feel free to send Father's Day greetings to, well, you're going to mention all of your, how many brothers you have?
I have 7 now.
Okay, feel free to send your greetings
6.
and give us your
Yes, well, I'd just like to wish all fathers happy Father's Day, and that you take what we said seriously, meditate on it, because that's some solid, profound information that we heard from Sherma and myself, and if you take it seriously, you will see some good results. If not now, you'll see it later.
Right. So you wanted to send greetings, no? Too many of them? Too many to mention?
Happy Father's Day, Douglas. Happy Father's Day, Glenn, Fred, Linford, Bevan.
Look, you forgetting names. Julie.
6
I come to. Well, then it's in his
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
7.
so okay. So it's not in it. So thank you so much, Uncle Lenroy, for
Welcome.
accepting my invitation. Happy Father's Day to the good fathers, the naughty ones. I know you're going to do better, and you're going to spend time with your children. So let me say Happy Father's Day to Gary, that's my husband, to Elvis, that's Elvon's father, to Dada, of course, James Bobby Riley, that's the man that raised me. Which other father I have in my life? Good fathers like Kofi too. These are good fathers that spend time with their children. So I really need to big up Kofi this time. And then I would like to say Happy Father's Day to people like Curtis have children. Yeah, so Curtis. Because Curtis is always bigging up my program. Thank you so much, Curtis. And to all the other fathers at DBS Radio, Happy Father's Day. And thank you for listening. Are we going to give Damian Dublin the buzzer for the week? Okay, so Damian, you're not going to get it. Tracy said, no, you're not going to get it. So just pulling your legs, you're not going to get it. Your listener, we know you too well. So we're going to look for somebody on the Facebook to give the buzzer for the week. Tracy, are you going to send me a name? Okay, so let me see who is our buzzer for the week. I hope it's a male, you know. Let me see which man I can get there. I will have to give it to, I see Peter Dover, and he had a lot of messages on the Facebook. He was very active. I don't know who the person is, but I will go with Peter Dover. Okay? So Peter Dover, you're the buzzer for this week. So your name will be in the June dip for buzzer of the month. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. Join us next week where we are going to talk about our wealth pillars. So start putting your pillars together. You do not need to have 10 like me. I have 10, but you do not need to have 10 like me. It doesn't have to be letters from your name either. It's just whatever your value system is, your principles in terms of wealth. What does wealth mean to you? Thank you for listening, for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. And you want to say it like me? Happy Wealthy Wednesday Buzz. Let's do it again. Happy Wealthy Wednesday Buzz. Thank you.
Thank you for being part of Wealthy Wednesday Buzz. Join us again next Wednesday and every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. for another interesting.
Angèle Tiffy allait jouer et puis dit fait.
Happy Wealthy Wednesday
Il brûlait, Tiffy la pierre brûlée. Ça va en sous-côte et côte.